Hooray, hooray, hooray. It has happened again live at Royal Ambassadors Foundation School, a great citadel of learning. The program you're about to watch here is a recap of the unusual, the uncommon, and the exquisite Father's Day. Stay tight and watch this life transforming Father's Day. Highlights of the occasion include a life-changing health sensitization for our beloved fathers. Remember, there is an Igbo adage that goes this way: Aharando baako onilo ewie. And that is the reason behind this teaching, to enlighten our fathers on the needs for healthy living and to address the high rate of mortality in the society. Watch and remain blessed.
I'm Dr. Paul Ibe. I'm a to hospital on I'm a na Nigeria University Teaching Hospital. Now the outstation or a family medicine unit. Now, actually, first of all, to say thank you very much to the chairman and the organizing committee for this program. In wherever I work here for healthy living amongst our men in the society. And I made you a very short story with Vito Akoka. Just yesterday or a few days ago, I'm sure all of Normaka, CEO of Access Holdings. I'm on the demand 50, I think 56, 50, between 56 and 58 years, with 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls. Now, this man has a meeting next week with several people. All good doctors, all businesses, just not by a helicopter. It crashed and the man is gone with his son and his wife. Now left with 3 young children and plenty money, 300 journey that will replace the man. Now, within last week, okay, and then our semi-final, 4 people died, mostly men. I'm using that as an introduction to let you know and to ask a very simple question. These deaths, are they avoidable or are they inevitable? All that no I will here. Or here, I got said, no, you will not get married. Or here will keep with you. Can I say the here was you? More than 90% of them are getting with you. That's a fact. More than 90% are getting with you. The name was a little bit cheap. Now, among those of us, never, I think we are all within the age range of 35 and 65 years. If I'm not wrong, most of us never are within that age range. In my hand, I all age range down, my medicine, middle age. But I come around this age range, but then I'm carrying. So we have established 2 points now. Number 1, majority of the deaths we're seeing are avoidable. 1. 2, majority of people that die are people that are within the age of avoidable deaths. Now, question, what is wrong? Can you help with this? I can summarize it for us. Number 1, that's the honest truth. And that is why I have come here today. Just to give us brief information regarding our health and what to do about our health. And I don't know whether I'm from the mother everything. And one of the things I do is health education. And that is one thing we need to do. Now, can you have health? And a good health, can you mean? Health simply means the state of physical and mental well-being of a person. Imagine your career, because also one side can the mother on the other side. It's a money, the little one, I know who's available, and may draw up as a doctor. Or we have a major chemist. I'm trying. Physical source of all money. What about mental? Health is a state of two things. Here now, before I sit on here, physical well-being, mental well-being. So this is now how do you physically, what should they do? Mentally, that means a state of mind. The person is also sound. Many people are physically sound, but I can tell you that most of them are mentally unsound. To be mentally unsound does not mean that I am bad. It all means that under pressure, you break down. So mental well-being is absolutely necessary. That is why I needed to define that. I work here. So that next time you need to see a hungry, the man in the car, in the car, also. Here is a ring and carrying. These are the major components of your physical health. It can identify me personally. All in all, you may be doing more for one or two. Jaw, feeling strong and healthy. Physical health. And what is it that influences it? The food you eat. The food you eat. Now, over the kind of food having are not things we need to discuss here. And I don't want to go into that because it's a long story. Now, what are we supposed to focus on with respect to Nene? Balanced diets. Good. Balanced diet is made up of basic food and carbohydrates there. Then also protein. Then also vitamins. Then also minerals. Then also fats and oil. Then also I'm a moment extend here because so further man knows, and it is one of the most important. Water. Water. 80% of your body is water. Without the end. Am I making sense? Now, these are the things that we must make sure we eat. Very, very important. Balanced diet. Now, nobody in the unfortunately for us, because of our exposure, focus on only one major aspect, or maybe two. The major one was carbohydrates. Curry, apple, rice, cheese, Kenya, semo, indomie, yeah, honey, majorly carbohydrates. And for your information, carbohydrate is supposed to be the third list of quantity of your diet. See within Nukueferen Kayosano of also with the carbohydrates. Because I carry Mana Buddha Federal is never. In a Julia carbohydrates, the novelist to non the need to go from one. That means 3/4 of the food is carbohydrate, but carbohydrate should be what? 1/4 of the whole food. It doesn't mean that the plate will be empty. But never like a chicken. Okay, manabo rice is a. Am I making sense?
Yes, yes.
Every end of all was it, but can just go in that way and cake. I need only food. In basically junior, fruits, vegetables, proteins, fats, then less of carbohydrates. They call this area. So that this will be the quantity you have in your food. And you eat it in the morning, you eat it in the afternoon, you eat it in the night. 3 times a day. Healthy living. Major aspect of our health, physical health. What is the major thing that contributes to it? Food, nutrition, and I've just shared with you. And for every meal, money water and fruits must be there. In a way, again, you will not have any problem with respect to your health. Physical health will be strong. Now, this thing plus another issue, which is our major problem. Them 2 bottles of beer. Them 2 bottles of wine. Choromo 1 or 2. These things are not healthy for you. No, they are not. Where am I going to? And those things are alcohol and tobacco. Eliminate them from your diet if you want to live a healthy life. I can't be carry over. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Good. Now, the second component of physical health, exercise. Exercise. There are the 2 major things. Now, exercise, how will you winning energy? No. No. In the comfort of your room, skipping rope. 5 to 15 minutes. But look at the magic. The magic is that it must be every day. Every single day. If take the hand around to the first thing you do is just take a few minutes, 5 minutes is not too much. You can even do jogging on the spot until he can make it. Okay, but by the time you look at the cumulative effects over 2 to 4 weeks, you will be shocked at the kind of person you have become. You'll be shocked. Now, exercise, daily exercise is the recommendation. Our focus is physical health, nutrition, and physical exercise. And even then, we recommend it. Are they difficult? They're not. These are things we can do. Physical health. Now, let us go to the second aspect, which is mental health. Now, your mental health has 2 components. What you think about yourself and how you handle the situations around you. That is one aspect of it. What do you think about yourself? Now, can you react when you make it? And when the dog you lost it either from robbery or from accident. I say, also, somebody also say, "It's a man organ one." I say, "Okay." I'm not saying about for the next 10 minutes, we will up go on one. That person has a problem with processing emotional response. It's a mental health problem. Man, because now we are not properly trained, we don't know. We don't have a doctor who will diagnose a gross. They don't know I forget. A happier under that situation. All they that can say, name it a burial or not to take the head. In my area, something was going wrong over a period because it was not handled and it damaged something. Mental health is important. Very, very important. So, how you respond to situations that happen to you, how you process those situations. Now, how you respond to other people's situation towards you. Whether it's your wife, whether your friends, whether your relatives, your mental response is absolutely important. So what do we advise? Two major things. Number one, make sure you are part of a social group. Make sure you are part of a social group. I don't know where he changed. This is one thing that has saved so many people. Why? Because if they can if we hear nature, man will not gonna watch it. Or people taking so sick. Can you know? Man will not hear before. Somebody has approached you, say you home, and know when you nature at that time. Now back down. And by the time the person spoke one or two things to you, you notice your back. Social connection helps to heal mental destabilization. Now I'll advise you, have a situation that makes you always to be in touch with God. I'm not here to preach religion to you, but I'm telling you something that has helped people medically. It is proven medically that when you have an open mind towards a being that you cannot reach, that it heals you mentally. That's why different religions have a component of it. Some of them are where yoga. How many of you have heard of it? They call them different segments, different interpretations, different outlook. But it is a situation where your mental state of mind is kept quiet, calm down, excluded from external influences. It heals you and it calms you mentally. For us in this part of the world, that is what your relationship with God does for you. When you spend time to pray, when you spend time to study the scriptures, when you attend church services and meetings, it does that for you. It restores your mental state. It maintains our road or follow it. But that's the recommendation. That's the recommendation. We're talking about the mental aspect of health. Now, a second aspect which I would always recommend is whenever you notice that somehow something is wrong the way I reason, I react to people, I even internalize things, go and see a doctor. Somewhere, maybe in our or no. Whenever you have a challenge with the way you react to situations, to people, to the environment, seek the help of a doctor. Mental health is an aspect of health. There are certain things the doctor will tell you to do. And all those things, lifestyle modifications. By the time he advises you and you do those things, you will notice that in the comfort of your home, you find solace and you find peace. Mental health is absolutely important. I have several things to talk about, but because of time, I'm cutting them off. Because I would have told you the different components of mental health. Now, the different activities that affect mental health and how to cut them off. Now, in this environment, I'm going to just mention a couple of them because of how I said it. One, for news, media. Two, for the internet. Then number three, for technology. We're in a time where if I can hear Papa, Mama, Omazi, Koakanozo, hello, come in, Ebata, one going on, Papa never moved the phone, Yanaka. Mama never moved the phone, Yanaka. Omazi never had the phone, like one going on the job, but I don't know. I'm not okay, people, never mind, I'm using this as a metaphor to explain to us what is going on. Ketas, and I have passing Catalan and on a phone. It affects us mentally. Because man is not designed that way. We are designed to interact with one another. So have times when you attend to your phone and times you don't attend to your phone. Can you help me? Yes. Some people they make here 1 hour in the mornings, 1 hour in the afternoon, 1 hour in the evening. Between 7 and 8, they just check it to get information for the beginning of the day. 8, I do a phone. In our customer miss call. Only we talk about 12:1 or we look here just to update himself and make contacts. Then only very important calls. Can name. Then we do prepare. Face other things. These things will help your mental health. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Very important. Very, very important. Now, let me get to the last aspect, which is social health. Now, with respect to your social health, it addresses how you relate with the environment, how you relate with people, and how you relate with events. Now, this particular one includes the ability to make friends with people, ability to keep friends, ability to get a job, ability to keep a job, ability to initiate a business, ability to keep a business running. Now, when things are happening in the environment, how do you manage it? Are you among those people about person? Or are you among those that first of all analyze what is going on? Then advice is then also on how to do it. After that, me and Piena everywhere collapsed. What do? Do you take up initiative to help? Or are you among those that take off? Social responsibilities. Now, anyway, people, whenever they are dealing with their family, their mind is also my neighbors. How do I help them? And with other people, they go beyond that. This community, can even make a kind of community. It won't make so much. But what can I contribute? You may not give cash, but you may give education. In a name, every person living in your street, Maria, is an advantage for them. You didn't spend money.
No.
Am I making sense?
Yes.
It's simple. That is an aspect of social networking. Are you concerned about just yourself? Or are you concerned about yourself and the people around you? How do you respond to them? That's social. You know, there are other things I'm supposed to have brought up which will help you to grab it most. But because I noticed that we're actually short of time, I decided to abridge it. Then give all this able to sit down and internalize it. When you say corona, be related to you. Now, people have problem with social health. And when they have a very big problem, how to relate with other people. And when they have a big problem, how to relate with jobs. They can't keep a job. And when you have a problem, how to relate with an environment, with the environment. And whenever you notice you have any of those things, people seek the help of a doctor. The doctor also come wrong kind of why do they kind of recommend you go paracetamol through a microphone? But the information I'm giving you will make you to be healthy. Am I making sense? There are things we know about the human body that we can share with you to help you. Therapy, which is treatment, includes drugs, psychotherapy, and physical therapy. Drug is only one aspect. Anyway, psychotherapy. That means helping you to look at things in a certain way that will make you to approach them differently to get a different result. Physical therapy, activities you can engage your body in that will help you to get a better result. There is a way to sit down when you're in the office. There are certain number of minutes you can only sit down and you must stand up and walk around. These are information. There is a way you should not lie down. Can I tell you that one?
Yes. Yes.
For free.
Yes. 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 That's the right idea.
If you are 40 and above, when you are lying on your bed, please don't face down. In a minute, I'm a do for a long time. It will affect your spine. Preferably lie face up, or left lateral, or right lateral. It will help your spine. That is just one. I can't. There's a lot. Now, from that age group, we advise people to get near an orthopedic bed. This is just one of so many things. Habits that we have that affect us. Now, for every of these different aspects, whether it is physical, whether it is mental or emotional, whether it is social, you have a role to play as a person, and I mentioned some of them for you. Now, you also need the advice from a health practitioner, and I've also guided you in that direction. Seek those help. Now, there are major situations I'm going to use in rounding up. I hope I maintain my time. In rounding up, anyway, common health conditions that are taking people's lives today. Number one, hypertension. Another word for high blood pressure. Number two, diabetes. And your sugar. Number three, COPD, chronic obstructive airway disease. Don't forget pneumonia, don't forget bronchitis, and so on and so forth. Now, anyways, the other conditions, specifically in men, that affects them. Prostate. Now, I'm using the word prostate. Prostate, we had in a whole one. My name is prostate. Prostate is normal. Just like this one liver, one kidney, and intestine. Prostate is a normal part of our body. All the parts of the body that produces nasal sperm on our. Now, as we get older, that part of the body starts enlarging. And because when we pipe is senior agape, pipe is from a woman, only snack of the agape. Call a large, call Africa. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
That is why those taking quotes now find it difficult in one. And case boy permanently is at that age, you can remove it because you don't need it more compared to that cause damage or that cause. Or every certain medication depending on stage or on here, I can access I call the rich doctors in Ghana. Say okay now no go get. Now these are things you need to check every month. Go for checkup. And when you have hypertension, diabetes, you know what? Poison prostate number 3. Okay? Then respiratory condition. And we have several other ones. So what are you supposed to check? You should know your blood pressure. You should know your blood sugar level. Everyone also can see here because open our here, the man here will carry to a different level. The more than I put all your cholesterol, more than you go near and together. Big one. I'm glad I have this opportunity with this audience. All your cholesterol, I'm going to the more than I go. No. Today, cholesterol is a type of fat. Or a type of fat. And that fat is not nearly and not the normal. Every one of us never have cholesterol in our life. And it's normal. Very, very normal. Now, it has problem related with increase of that cholesterol in the body. So in high name, all ya hold in a whole nka here, all ya body so. Manaka here, all ya had on a whole so. Anyway, the clear outlook may not make much sense, but at least truly, just like sugar, all in where diabetes. In a little sugar. Each check you go up and like the sugar level might be high. But there must be diabetes before your sugar level being high is a problem. If you're not diabetic and your sugar level is just above normal, it's not a sickness or come on here. In high guy will just put in attack. One day go. The same thing with cholesterol. You take your cholesterol level again. And it is slightly higher than normal, and you don't have any of those disease conditions. Like how many go over here? But over here, but even I never been more than exploit other people. So I think that how you been just a doctor, yeah, and I go here and okay. So it is always good to use it in the right context. Or in the body here. Rather, here both problem, but when there is a heart disease, that is where the problem is. And that's why we say always see your doctor. So in summary, every month do your checkup. They buy a checkup, or on a lab, or on a chemist, or on a pharmacy. See a doctor. Thank you very much.
Wow! After a rigorous activities, I pity the fathers that we are not part of this great occasion, because indeed you miss a whole lot. For the program was one of its kind, very extraordinary. But nevertheless, we got it covered because we have a lot of packages concerning this still on pipeline. Remain blessed and always stick to Rafs television for everything quality and life-transforming programs. I still remain your amazing presenter, Ekwechioma. Bye for now.
data n'ụwa anyị nwere nze nwokolo